You are listening to Mining Stock Education.
All the shareholders I've talked to so far said this is a very good deal, the right thing to do, makes us stronger and a stronger company with a great team, better finance to find those gold mines in James Bay area.
As you pointed out, we're the largest exploration group in the James Bay now, and I think that's a position of strength.
I'm Bill Powers with Mining Stock Education, here with one of my show sponsors, Fury Gold Mine at PDAC 2025 in Toronto. It's good to see you, gentlemen. I'm here with Tim Clark. You're the CEO of Fury Gold Mines, also of Quebec Precious Metals, Normand
Champigny.
Thank you. My French is horrible. And as always, VP of Exploration, Bryan Atkinson with Fury. Now, you just did a transaction. Fury is buying Quebec Precious Metals. Tim, could you tell us, why does that make sense from your side of the table?
Look, Normand and I got to know each other about a year ago when we were talking about the Quebec, potential for consolidation in this industry, and we get along great. We share a lot of the same views on capital markets and mining, and the fact is that the pressures of consolidation are coming, and we think that there are properties which are close to us are going to be additive, and at the same time we could help develop these projects faster together than apart. And so I view this as a very positive for the sector, and there should be more of it because it reduces costs and it creates synergies of investment, and you're going to get more transactionable potential for a junior mining company when you work together. It's not a single sport now, it's a team sport, and we got a great team member with Normand and his team, and we're really excited.
Normand, from your side of the table, your shareholders still need to vote to consummate this. Why does it make sense for your company?
Makes a lot of sense for consolidation, but also allows our shareholders now in a combined company to have double the land package. We have very good potential in our flagship project in Sakami, and all the shareholders I've talked to so far said this is a very good deal, the right thing to do, makes us stronger and a stronger company with a great team, better finance to find those gold mines in James Bay area. We'll also have other assets, the lithium and rare earth, which are equally exciting. So we're very pleased with the transaction.
As you pointed out, we're the largest exploration group in the James Bay now, and I think that's a position of strength.
The Sakami project, or I've heard it, Sakami project. Tell us about that.
So the project in 2018 was going nowhere. Two companies had 50% of it. So we started the opportunity of combining the two companies, which we did. The support of, at that time, Goldcorp today Newmont, our largest shareholder, the largest pension fund in Quebec, and other shareholders to fund the next mine. And we've taken it to a different level, but we need to do a lot more drilling. And we will do that with Fury. And we'll be able to find.
What were some of your best holes on that one?
Oh, you can get 100 meters at 1 gram. And in there you can get 20 meters at 2 grams. So it's a large, disseminated, high volume deposit, and good access, very good relationship with the communities. We've worked really hard on that. It's very important. So we just need to keep drilling and keep funding.
Normand, you also have a rare earths project that has a feasibility study on it. Could you tell us about that?
So when we created the company back in 2018, we inherited a number of assets which are not gold, not in James Bay, and we sold them for cash and shares. One, which is the biggest one, is Kipawa. Well, Kipawa is the only project in North America with a full feasibility study that's not an operating mine. We have 68% of it. 32% is the Ministry of Economy in Quebec. Unfortunately, what was done in the past in terms of social acceptability was not acceptable. So me and the chair of the company over the last 2 years, having a failed transaction with another company that was trying to buy it, went to the community and said, we're open, we want to listen to you. And we've made good strides, good progress to get to a level where we think we'll be able to break that social acceptability barrier and then move with the communities, the project forward, by redesigning completely the mine concept. Nothing to do with what was proposed in here. Much smaller, like a quarry, focusing on the heavy rare earths, not using any water in the pit. It'd be like a quarry, doing seasonal mining and processing outside the mine site.
And what are the economics on that? I know it's 2013 numbers. They're not updated, but what are the economics?
They're very good. They're not published, but they satisfy us, and they'll based on that concept. It'll be a small mine, but very profitable.
Okay. Brian, from your side of the table, you obviously did due diligence for Fury. What are some of your thoughts?
Yeah, no, exactly as Norman said, and seeing a lot of potential at Sakami. The Kipawa project's interesting, but again, I think our focus will be on gold in James Bay. And, the Sakami project's got, it's a 23-kilometer long mineralized structure with some untested anomalies on it. So not only do you have some defined bodies of mineralization already, you've got a lot of upside on finding additional gold mineralization there. It's road accessible. It's right by the paved Billy Diamond Highway. And you've got Hydro-Quebec power lines coming close by again. So you've got great infrastructure. It's the whole thesis of why we're in James Bay to begin with. You've got great infrastructure, great geology, and, struggled with some, exploration, and it needs more drilling, and that's what we're good at, and that's what we plan on getting out there and doing straight away.
Tim, so you expect to put holes in Sakami this year?
Absolutely. So that's the plan. We got to get the votes by the shareholders, and we've got Newmont and some other big accounts that are backing us. Think it's a good idea for this, and so we're hoping to close and get on, and the plan is to drill this summer.
And Normand, you remain on as a technical advisor for the Rare Earths project, is that right?
And also to Fury.
The totality of what's being acquired.
He'll be a Fury advisor, and we're hoping to leverage his expertise and his prowess, and he's got a lot of relationships and experience, so we want him to keep working on this critical metals, and we'll find places for Normand to spend his time.
Normand, the majority of your career has been in Quebec?
Slightly in Quebec. Slightly majority. I spent 22 years outside of Quebec, and many years I was with PricewaterhouseCoopers mining practice in Canada internationally, many years in Chile. So I've seen a lot. And then I've been in junior mining for the last 17 years, primarily in Quebec.
Okay. Bryan, Eleonore South is seeing drill holes right now. What's the update there?
Yeah, we're on our third hole there, so we're about just over 1,000 meters in. We got another 6 weeks of drilling up there, so pretty exciting right now. It's a brand new greenfields exploration. The drilling's going great, the camp's going great, and we can't wait to start getting some assays out of there in the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. In Committee Bay, I always ask you about this. Any interest from
Look,
majors?
we went up there last summer kind of to get ready for this summer, and our plan is to get back up with a small project. Interestingly enough, we've probably gotten more inquiries about Committee Bay in the last, 3 or 4 months than we have in the last 5 years. So I think this whole conversation around, Trump and the geopolitical issues and critical metals and all that has opened up the interest in going north. And we've got this 300-kilometer greenstone belt, and we'd like to go back.
You've been at BMO, and now you're at PDAC,
Yep.
and you're a capital markets guy. So what's your sentiment? What are you picking up on?
So I just came off of the BMO conference, which was, I think, is the preeminent large cap conference in the world. And there's a lot of excitement about the commodity prices. There are question marks about what the geopolitical issues will be. And I think there's been frustration with the junior market because they haven't moved yet. And I always say that's the opportunity. The large caps have moved, developments have moved. It's going to trickle down to the junior space. Once investors feel more confident about the long-term gold price, I think gold's going a lot higher from my view, from my experience. And we're leaning in. This is the year to start leaning in. And you can see it by the crowds here at PDAC. I mean, the place is absolutely packed.
Yeah. All right. Normand, any final thoughts on the transaction?
I think it's a wonderful transaction. I think we're taking the lead in consolidation in that part of Quebec, and more has to happen. And let me provide the opportunity to do that. And with a strong team, well-financed like Fury, that opens the door to realize that.
The website is furygoldmines.com. And gentlemen, thank you for coming on the show today.
Bill, great to see you in person.